we care so much about the project from which we don't actually receive a penny from the founders. So we just fell in love. And now Konstantin, who is the manager of Autofarm, can tell more about our flagship product, so your community can be familiar.
Yeah. Hello, everyone again. So again, congratulations, guys, on building up this excellent, unprecedented project, because it's really interesting that I encounter more and more people right now who are promoting STEPN here in the CIS region across all the Russian-speaking community, even though there is not even the referral system in the app, and people don't even get the bonuses for that, but they still promote it. I don't know why, but they do. And really, as Alex rightly said, I've never seen before a project that would gain such popularity without a referral system. Good job. So I wanted to add a few words about Autofarm staking pool for GMT USDC, because I think this is one of the primary commitment that we've made to the STEPN community, because right now we know that there are two tokens. GST is the in-game token, and GMT being the one listed on Binance. And so there are, I guess, millions, maybe, people around the world right now holding GMT. And so what we figured is that why would you hold GMT simply on Binance or on your MetaMask wallet, where you could actually put it in the auto staking platform? Like, you know, the community probably knows some auto compounding platforms and how they work. For those of you who don't know, auto compounding is when you put your LP tokens, the previously provided tokens, into the transit smart contract, which is going to be audited, of course, like ours. Autofarm is audited by CertSec, it's audited by Paladin, so people may rest assured that the money is safe, the funds are safe, and they cannot even technically be scammed out or rugged. And so what happens is the auto compounding platforms like ours, like Beefy Finance, like Yieldwolf Finance, a lot of people know them, they auto stake the profits back into the liquidity pool for you with the proper schedule. And so, as Albert Einstein correctly said, as you probably know, also the compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, and whoever understands it earns it. Whoever doesn't understand it pays it. So, and right now we can boast that we have basically created the most profitable way to simply hodl GMT, because I actually searched the web right now, right before this AMA, and I stumbled upon Beefy Finance GMT USDC pool, and I found that there's only up to 100% API on Beefy with GMT USDC pair, whereas in Auto.farm there's over 300 API. So why just hold GMT on Binance, where you can just hold them and put them in auto compounding on Autofarm? So people are liking it. Our community are loving it very much, because there are lots of people who have invested in GMT, even though they understand perfectly that there is no still use case in the game, there is no burning, there is no tokenomics that is understood by everyone, including me. Also, me neither. I don't understand the tokenomics of GMT as of yet. Right now, GMT serves as some sort of a trust token, the token that you buy and invest if you trust the project and you believe it's going to rock. And we believe it's going to rock. And there are lots of people who believe it's going to rock, it's going to make history. And people are just buying it, holding it, and staking it on Autofarm for over 300% API, which is, again, pretty much a large amount of API that you will get. So when you stake it on Autofarm, you can just go to retreat offline to Tibet mountains for a month and return back, and you'll see your LP deposit actually grow, increase in numbers, while also you will receive bonuses in MarsDAO token. But we're not here to talk about MarsDAO token, of course, but it's a different matter. So I think right now we could move to asking you questions that we've gathered from our and your community to our Twitter, right, Jan?
Sure.
Also, maybe you wanted to ask us something about what we done for STEPN, because we see some crazy traction here in Russia and in other parts of Russian-speaking world, where people are already making like physical objects. I've seen actually a couple of guys already creating physical real sneakers with STEPN logos on them. Why do you think it's got so much traction and interest especially in the Russian-speaking community?
I think one, Russia is a very pro-crypto country. So it's only natural that it's getting traction, especially that I also think that also people have a habit of doing more of outdoor exercise. When I've been reading that sometime during the winter and it's a bit difficult to go outdoors. So in the summer and spring, people do tend to go outdoors and to experience sun baths, things like that. So I think that to connect people to the to more about outdoor exercising, especially with the COVID, I think it is what people need, really. It's not, even without STEPN, I think people still wanted to go out and breathe some fresh air, especially in the, spring or autumn season.
Yes, spring is autumn is one thing, but imagine people going out in winter, in Russian winter, just for the sake of STEPN. I would propose you add some extra points to them in
Yeah,
JST.
it's completely different story.
Mine
minus 40 and using runners.
Yeah, it's one hell of an endeavor, actually.
It should be X something.
Yeah, but people still do it. So this is the commitment you could rarely encounter in other countries with a better climate. So, I've gathered some questions by our Twitter users, and I've listed and lined them up, starting from what I think are the most interesting ones, and ending up with the least interesting ones. So let us start. We got the first one. Why don't you set up the collaboration with ASICS or any other brand in the following way? You sell like 2K branded shoe boxes to the community with the price set in GST, and those boxes have like 70% chance for common, 20% for uncommon, 8% for... Yeah, that's actually a very interesting one. I also was picturing something like that before you announced your collaboration with ASICS. Like, what's the problem with this scheme? You just collab with a project, you sell like 2,000, 3,000 shoe boxes where you got the program's random chance of appearing of some different types of shoes, and you sell them for GST. Can you imagine what impact it would have? Man, GST, yeah. Do you think it's a good idea to make the collaboration like that?
Yeah, so this is always in our roadmap to work with a brand. So really, this is I think one thing that GameFi need to create is to create values to the user, and this value doesn't come randomly, right? So either it's something that the developer have to create, or developer have to bring from more external environment. So with asset case, we are working with different sneaker brands. So basically, we are bringing values from external environment to our user, and I think we're gonna make ASIC a case study that then we can use it to, onboarding other sneaker brands. I think they're gonna see the success, what we can achieve, and it's almost become a no-brainer for other brands to jump into the Web3, especially with like a Nike and Adidas. They are already exploring this area, so it'd be super sort of handy for them to look into this direction.
Yeah, I was also sure that Adidas and Nike would jump on absolutely, because they're already expanding into metaverses and NFT, and right now they have the best, the most successful NFT projects in the world in the GameFi realm. So it's weird that they haven't joined yet. So, but I think it's a good idea actually to sell boxes for GST. That's like a...
Yeah. So I think we set this plan that for the sneaker, we're gonna sell for the platform token. So in the case of Solana, it's gonna be in Sol, and in the case of Binance, it's gonna be in the BNB. So I think we're gonna say that for a while until we see the need to actually maybe convert into for GST or GMT settlement.
Yeah, but you should definitely keep that in mind. It's a very viable option in terms of deflationary mechanism.
Because really, I just need to maybe iterate one more thing is that we are actually in the process of developing a better functioned NFT marketplaces so that it actually going to be making sense to make the GMT some form of like a discount token or listing token or trading token on especially for the NFT marketplaces.
Mm-hmm. Understood.
Okay, let's move for another question from Frankie Miner. So, I've recently had a surgery and I want my nephew from another country to run for me until a fully recovery. Can he log in directly into my account and run in my shoes? Isn't it a violation of multi-accounting rules? So, that's the question.
It is actually will be a violation of the multi-account rules, and we actually so this is our design logic is not to warn people that you can't do this and you can't do that. We mainly use mechanics to discourage people from a certain behavior. A typical example is that when people are splitting the account, we're having this Trailblazer event that for people that are splitting their accounts and trying to have more energy, they are actually losing on the GMT airdrops. So this is something that we discourage people to do, that to give people lend out your account, give to other people, and there will be mechanics in the future that to address this. And again, they will be qualified of the multi-account, and but we understand people do that from time to time. But again, the rules will be tightened up gradually.
Okay, thank you. So as we are in this topic, I would like to jump to one more question, which is related to this one. If I create the accounts for my family members and transfer my shoes to them while they're only walking, but I'm also logging in from time to time to harvest GST, I think you meant, or mint tokens, is it considered multi-accounting? Like when only one device is walking / running, and the second device is sometimes logging in but not walking, just harvesting.
Yeah. The harvesting will be fine because I think so. It is only the walking bit or running bit will be punished because you are actually giving away your asset to somebody else to do the work for you, right? So that is not something that we are promoting. We do promote people for health and fitness, and not to like run like a syndicate to release out sneakers. So yeah, so as you can see, but if you log in for like a level up or like upgrade gems, nothing to do with the actual running or walking, then we haven't got the policy to against that. Yes.
Okay.
If we are doing tighten up on the rules in the future, we will let people know first.
So getting back to answer to this Frankie Miner's question about the surgery, his best plan would be to transfer all his and that would be fine, right?
Yes. So
there you go, Frankie Miner. Here's the answer for you. Okay, next question.
Yeah, next question is from Lactobacillus. How do you tackle the issue of some problem players using fake GPS software? By the way, it's a good question. I've seen some GPS software modulation in Japanese community chats. How do you?
So
how do you tackle it?
Yes, the anti-cheating is always the biggest topic we have, and also I think the biggest threat almost for the GameFi industry as a whole. And there's no easy answer to address all of the cheatings, but this is a more like sort of a mouse and cat sort of scenario where there always going to be mechanic installed, and then there'll be no way of exploitation, and then you'll be addressed with new mechanics, and for example, strengthen on the anti-cheating mechanics and the systems or algorithms. So I need to address that is this is the issue that we're constantly watching, and also we are learning from other sort of a GameFi project in the past that without early interventions in this type of issues, the game economy can be sabotaged quite quickly. So so this is the thing that we are always trying to stay on top of the issues, and we're being aware of some of these issues, and we are in the process of coming up with solutions.
Yes, I personally tend to get really frustrated when I read about some usage of such software. But imagine me getting out in cold and winter to just walk out all my energy, and some other guy just downloading that damn app. Yeah, actually, we have quite a team of quite smart Russian engineers, and I'm sure I can ask them a question of whether there is a way to sample them and to spot the people who are using the software. You want me to do that? Because
yeah, we can.
I think it can be explored. The way of working against such software can be explored. I'm absolutely sure. I can ask them. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And also we will have a separate. I think we're gonna have separate AMA session for this area, and also a white paper update as well.
Okay, I'll ask them, and if we come up with something relevant, I will drop it to you soon. Absolutely.
Yeah, people, don't cheat.
Yeah, because I hate it. I hate this fact that someone's cheating while I'm walking. Okay, so next question. How does the project plan to implement the predominance of the deflationary model of burning the main token when the project is already at a mature stage and there will be more people willing to go out and fix profits than those willing to participate further?
Yeah, pretty deep and good question.
Yes. So this is the thing that I think this is one of the reasons that we burned our first quarter profit. So to give people a head up. So people in the crypto industry have this they are very aware of the deflationary and inflationary token supplies. And I come from more of an investor angle, so I understand that. So we want to give people a head up, like say to reduce the token supply first, and also the user also going to reduce the token supply through using it. So it won't be long for the first use cases of the GMT go alive, and then people are starting to see that the supply is starting to deflate, and up to the point where there's enough token has been burned, then we'll open up the GMT earnings. So the deflation and inflation, we believe that gonna strike a balance. You cannot have so many deflations or inflations. So we give people a head up. Let's burn 15% of total supply first, and then by releasing more to the market, and as people consuming it, it will always be the inflationary catching up on the deflationary, and meaning that the token prices will stay on a more of a healthy range. And when the token prices of GMT stay healthy range, when people are reaching the max level, they maxed out on everything, they naturally want to chase the more valuable token. So in comparison between the GSC and GMT, the GMT is definitely going to be the more valuable token as it has a limited supply and also more use cases. So, so this is another balance between the GSC and GMT. So that when people are worrying about, what happens if there are infinite supply of the GST and then your user acquisition slow down, and then everybody reach max level, and then they're going to dump the token. But we're trying to make this issue irrelevant because when people are at high level, when they have maxed out their earnings, they're going to pick the GMT over the GST. So I think this is to do with where Axie designed their mechanic is only a handful of people can earn the ASX. So other people have no alternative but to dump the SLP, as SLP have also very little use cases. So if Axie can allow everybody earn ASX, then when people are presented with a choice, they're going to pick ASX over the SLP. People will naturally find the more deflationary token to mine versus an inflationary token. So in this way, that we're actually making the infinite supply issue of the GST irrelevant, because when people are at a high level, they will have no interest to mine the GST. And then if the GST mining become profitable again, they can switch between these two freely. So meaning that the supply and demand should always be in check. So even though GST have unlimited supply, in maybe in half of the time, people might not, want to mine them. So they're always going to be hovering around the equilibrium between the GIT and GMT, and then we'll receive more of what we call like a Nash equilibrium state, where I think the token prices of both or the values of the both are balanced at a ratio.
Yeah, I understand it perfectly. You hear me? You hear me now?
Yeah. It's breaking up a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, I've already. Why is it amusing me? How you analyze the mistakes from axie infinities, but I actually think that in this particular question here, the man asked about the project being at the mature stage in terms of the users. But I would personally argue with that because I think there are still lots of people who want to join.
I also want to iterate a little bit because the survey in I think 2019 is roughly about 400 million people are running actively in the world at the moment. So we are not really too worried about the user acquisition. I mean, Strava has about 80 million users and Strikeon has about 60 million users, and they have like a, they have this like a massive number of users, and it is proving that fitness app or free earning apps could reach to a very high user basis. And let's say if when user growth starting to slow down, we are actually in this process of turning our NFT marketplaces to open marketplaces. And you can start to see that the financial model will shift from creating value to the user, they move to earn, and then, accommodate people to trade their NFTs, etc., to a open marketplace, NFT marketplaces, where the non-crypto user can start to explore the possibility of buying and hold NFTs through us. And it is an easy model that we can do one pair tax on OpenSeas. And as a matter of fact, that our trading volume is around how much, I think?
Trading volume on GMT?
Around, no. We talk about NFT trading volumes on our NFT marketplaces. So we are trading roughly 20% volume compared to OpenSea. But that 20% is because we're only trading our own sneakers. And, there are thousands of projects on OpenSeas. And,
this is not to be compared.
Yeah. So again, this is the thing that you wouldn't worry about Binance running out of users, right? So people that once people become your NFT marketplaces user, and they will trade, and when they trade, there will be trading fees. When there are trading fees, the entire ecosystem is making profit, and then we can use this profit to buy back GMT, to burn it. We can offer values to our user by giving back to them. So there's so many ways that we can reward our users. Either they are trading on NFT marketplaces, or they are using the move to earn as a way to earn token and get fit. So it is always to encourage people a certain behavior. And in the GameFi element, we are encouraging people to get outdoors and getting fit. And once they are trained to work on daily basis, and then we can say, all right, how about you can trade some NFTs? And then they can grow a habit of trading NFTs. So, this is entirely, converting from the like an X to earn model to the Binance model, where you are trying to create a marketplace, and your token, it is a trading discount token, or like you charge people trading fees. Charge people like listing fees to be listed project on the NFT marketplaces. And in that way, even people grow, let's say once we grow to a tens of million or hundreds of million users, through this move to earn as a way of acquiring users, and they can then start to trade actively on NFT marketplaces, and then that become a recurring profit, and then we'll use that profit to go back and create more value for our users.
Yeah, absolutely. I also have no hesitation with regard to that we are nearing the limits of the user base, especially as you rightly mentioned, the millions of people who are running and also the runners, and you don't take into account just walkers and joggers. And right now, every time I see some people running on the streets, I think to myself, well, are they running without STEPN? How stupid it is of them.
Same with me.
Yeah, this is the same that if you are like running around at the red light, you probably are a STEPN user.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the phone in the hand.
Yeah.
Also just for all our listeners, just a reminder, right now we are scrolling down the best and most interesting questions that are to be posted on to the comments to MarsDAO tweets. You can find it on STEPN. STEPN has repeated it. So right now you can post the most interesting questions and we will pick them and you will get a chance to win a rare shoebox, because actually, yeah, this is not a joke. We are going to transfer this rare shoebox to the author of the most interesting question, and the author is going to be picked randomly after this session. So let's continue.
Okay, so let's move, guys. Another question. Why cannot we transfer gems now and sell the shoes with the gems inserted in them?
Again, this is the thing that we there's a marketplaces for the shoe and there's marketplace for the gem. And it is very difficult when you put them all together. It's hard for people to sort of deduce the value of the sneakers, and so also the sneaker, if you allow to be having gems inserted, one is that if you sell by mistake, you're gonna suffer a big loss, and two, they become like mules to carry the gems, like drug cartels that. Sending people carrying drugs cross border, they feel like that, right? So that's the reason that we're separating the gem sales and the sneaker sales.
Yeah, but imagine if, again, back to this question of the man who is creating the accounts for his family members. Let's say he's got the sneaker that is leveled up for luck, and he's getting the best mystery boxes, whereas his wife walks in the shoes that are leveled up for the efficiency. And so let's say he's taken, like he's got level 2 or level 3 gem and he wanted to be transferred to his wife. The only way for him to do right now is to sell it to her, right?
Yeah. So that's the only way that you transfer. But again, you sell that and then you pay a trading fee on the marketplaces. Yeah.
Yeah, understood. Makes sense. Kind of makes sense. So, why the next question? Why can't we mint different types of gems so that we can craft a random type of gem? So let's say you mint an efficiency with a luck, with a comfort, and you get a 33% chance of receiving the level 2 of some of this type. I actually think it's a pretty weird idea.
Mint gems? You mean like put 2 gems together and you have another one? Does that mean?
Yeah. That sounds
same with sneakers. Yeah.
Okay. So this is typical like a game design 101. Is that you don't mix different mechanics together, right? The gem mechanic is the mystery box mechanic. The mystery mechanic meaning that it is you walk around long enough that you have luck value high enough, then you got a NFT mystery boxes, and then open that you have gems. So, and the sneaker is where that you got an NFT sneaker, then you sell it on the secondary market, then you bring more people. So you can see that these two are serving a particular 2 different purposes. The sneaker, you need people to mint sneakers so that it can be sold to new users to take them on board. And gem is something different. Gem is something that you are like the high-end users. You want to enhance your sneakers qualities or performance, so that this is something that you're probably gonna do some of the wastage, because you don't always get what you want from the mystery boxes, which means that there are certain wastage involved, and you are prepared to bear the cost of that wastage. So as you can see that these two serve distinct different purpose. One is to go into the high-end sort of a play style where that there is a chance of failing, there's a chance of getting the high-level gems. That's the feeling, the adrenaline rush sort of a feeling, and versus like the shoe minting. It is basically you mint the sneaker, you might get the twins, again, adrenaline rush, but most likely you're going to sell it on the secondary market, or it's a certainty versus uncertainty. So you don't mix these two together. Otherwise the effect will be less impactful.
Yeah, it's like gambling, but it's a good type of gambling. I like this type of gambling. It's better than casinos.
Yeah, I agree. It's a bad idea to mix these different mechanics.
Yeah, it's fine here.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question: will bicycles, roller skates, skis, scooters be added to STEPN? For example, it can encourage many people to discover new sport and practice on a regular basis.
Okay, so this is thing that we see this type of question come up from time to time. If we allow skating or bicycling, there will be much more people trying to cheat the system. Actually, I'm starting to see a few other projects on the market that they say, okay, you can even swim with this app. But again, for many of distinct human body movement, running or walking is the easiest way that we can check for cheating. If we talk about like golfing or tennis, then you actually require more back-end analysis to say, okay, this is actually a human movement. And but walking or running is relatively easier because the posture for you to hit a tennis ball could be very different from one person to another. But walking or running, you roughly are sharing very similar patterns, different but similar. The wavelengths will be the pattern wavelengths will be similar. So the answer basically is no, because you'll be making anti-cheating almost impossible if you're running an electronic scooter versus a real scooter. There's no difference. There's no difference. From more of a data collection perspective, it's all like just a idle sort of line of wavelengths because there's no up and downs. We can only measure the acceleration. We can only measure the GPS direction or speed. But again, if you're riding low speed on an electronic scooter, there's no way for me to tell if this is electronic or you are riding that with your feet.
Yeah, of course, it's extremely challenging to designate whether a person is playing tennis, playing football, swimming. Yeah, that's true. I was looking again at this question with the project being at a mature stage and where the person is implying that more and more people are joining. I wanted to add personally just one off-top proposition to you guys. Why don't you just let only people who have 20 energy get the activation codes? Imagine what it would be, how it would slow down the growth.
Yeah, so I think this is like okay. So the activation code purpose, the activation code serves several purposes. One is that we are still in the early stage, so the supply of the sneaker is limited. So imagine that we allow everybody to come in, then the market prices of sneakers are going to go off the roof. And then the people will suffer probably financially if the price goes down. So we need to control how many people get into the app. But if we are up to the minimum mark, then the marketplace will be more robust. Right? There will be more sneaker for sale. Even people come in freely, the whole market can take it. And that's one reason. And the second reason is that people need activation code because they need somebody to teach them how to use it. So when you ask people activation code, it means that you probably know each other, maybe close, maybe not, but this person willing to give his activation code, meaning that you guys should have a okay relationship. And it'd be okay for you to say, okay, what happened if, you can ask questions, say, how this works, how to set up the market, wallet, how the marketplaces works, how the mechanic works. So have a source of information. It is important because we see that the success also, we're going to refer back to Axie because, in many ways that it is a successful project. So in the early stage of Axie, I think this is the purpose of the guild, is to serve the need to accommodate or to teach people how to play. In our case, we don't have the guild and we don't want the guild to tap into our ecosystem. So this means that the user are gonna pick up the role of a guild, like a personal mini guild, to teach other people how to use it, how to take them on board, etc., etc. So it is important to have this activation code system, not only to limit people to come in, but also to give them some guidance in the beginning. So let's say if even people, even we grow, let's say, to millions of users down the track, when activation code becomes so abundant, we still need people to act in the role of taking people on board. So the activation code will still serve a very good purpose to exist in the system.
So right now you don't see the reason to make them even more limited than they are now, like as I proposed.
Yeah. So I think make it limited, too limited. So the whole. So what I'm trying to answer is, activation code doesn't only serve the purpose to limit people to come in. It serves other purpose as well. So you don't have to limit people for the sake of limiting people. Yeah, so taking people on board and have a source of information become actually more important, and that's sort of the core purpose of the activation code.
I'm not sure if you know, but in Russia there's the most popular selling website. It's called Avito, and people are selling activation codes for Russian rubles. This is true. I mean, it's not kidding. Yeah, people are selling for,
and they're also selling consultations. How to start STEPN. It's like $100. How to start STEPN.
Yeah, like the consultancy on
it's a big, really big.
Yeah, that's really funny. Okay, next question. Will there be a collaboration between MarsDAO and STEPN? So
we have now AMA session.
It's the AMA session.
Yes,
it's taking place right now. And as I said before, if you just hold GMT, why don't you hold it with over 300% API? Just you go to sleep and you get more GMT. With the auto taken again, who didn't hear it, just check again. With auto.farm, it's pretty similar to Beefy Finance, but with better profitability on GMT. That's the briefest way to explain it. The second question.
Okay, I got my personal question. I know you got a lot of questions regarding Epic sneakers, but I would like to own Epic sneakers. So please tell me, maybe there is updated information when Epic sneakers.
I think so. Okay. The Epic sneaker, we are thinking about to release it in the near future. So not now, but definitely within this year. So again, the Epic sneaker gonna be epic. So that's the thing that we're gonna need to make the visuals and design it, and etc. So that's gonna take some time to do, and we have pretty full schedules to push things forward, with most gems use cases, implementations. But it is what we are trying to push out this year, toward the end of this year, is to have the Epic sneakers. And because really, when people can start to mint the blue shoeboxes, there will be a chance of containing the Epic sneakers. So I think we will have the Epic sneaker ready when we announce that the blue sneaker minting is available, and there will be a slight chance of getting Epic sneakers. Just like the blue, the rare sneakers from the uncommon boxes.
Yeah, and also one way of introducing the Epic sneakers was proposed by this guy who posted this question, that you make the collaboration and the shoeboxes, the branded shoeboxes are sold and they contain like 2% chance of containing an epic sneaker. So next question. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You go.
Okay. So just a few notes, right? So I think with the co-branded sneaker, they serve a whole different purposes. With the epic sneaker, is more on the functionality, or utility purpose of the sneakers, where user basically get max returns, with crazy stats. But with like the ethical branded sneaker, they are more for the visuals and also more for like collection purposes. So if we mix these two together, and then this is almost like the prior question where we talk about like mint gems. We don't mix two different purposes product or product feature into one, because that will dilute the value and also that will be more confusing. So what we're gonna do is that for all the co-branded sneaker in the future, most likely they're gonna stay in the common and uncommon, but there will be more of a genesis number and there will be like a special skin, but that's about it. So if you're after like super crazy performance, then you're gonna go through the minting sort of a pathway where you get to blue sneaker and then try your luck to get the epic one.
Yeah, I can imagine this sort of collaboration with, for example, Adidas, where also you can like go into a store, official Adidas store everywhere in the world, and if you prove that you own an Adidas branded sneaker on STEPN, you get like a 10% discount on real shoes. That would be great.
That'd be crazy. That'd be like the national sort of manager gonna want to cry, because that will involve like a whole lot of collaborations and system updates and trainings.
Yeah, but anyway, the STEPN sneakers are way more expensive than even, I guess, the most expensive Adidas shoes of real life. So I don't think there would be a massive influx of people, but still, it's a good idea. So next question, have you considered creating achievements for like achieving 100 kilometers mark, 500,000 kilometers mark? Yeah, that's a nice one.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I personally passed 1,000 kilometers very recently. You can congratulate me on that.
So, I'm sort of a World of Warcraft achievement player. So, I think I was very crazy back in the Cataclysm, which I only have 3 achievements I didn't do out of all the achievement in the World of Warcraft. So, I'll be leading the achievement design. So there will be a 10 category of achievement, and then there also going to be 1 meta achievement and also field of strength. So meaning that the achievement will almost become we'll constantly update the achievement, but I think what I imagine that is that achievement will be a sort of a completely it will open up different ways of using the app. Because it will not be as simple as say, okay, you achieve 100, 500, or 1,000 kilometers. We're probably going to do a various of things, like with collections, with donations, with minting or gem upgrade, or social interaction. So they're going to be involved all spectrum of the gameplay, and sometimes not even in the game. And also we want to introduce the LBS services in the future, where that we can explore the possibilities of having like a proof of locations, things like that. So we're exploring a few things and with the achievement designs. So we're gonna start that around Q3 this year, and hopefully we're gonna finish that before the Q4, and then people can start to explore the achievement system.
Yeah, I'm personally very much looking forward to that. Okay.
I got my personal question for you.
Sure.
What were your feelings when you saw GMT surpassing Bitcoin in terms of trading volume on Binance for 4 days in a row? It's like awesome, guys.
We were panicking, so
you were panicking.
Yeah. So I mean, it's great to see people, trading crazy volumes on the GMT, and it's also great that for people that to even out on their cost. But when you're trading at a crazy volume, you say, oh, what happens if the trading volume goes down? You start to worry a little bit. So, but at the end of the day, I think we have to really stay focused on to be the product oriented and user experience oriented team. So not to be getting like cloud in our eyes, where we have temporary success or like achievement or milestone. So building the product and scaling the product and offer people exciting new ways of in-game activities or experience is a driving force, for us to have trading volume over Bitcoin. I mean, if we do this long enough, maybe we will, have more trading volume than Bitcoin all the time. So, that is sort of
for a considerable period of time, yeah.
So that's our fundamental foundations of where we are. So I think we are happy to see that people actually like our project and like the token, but we also understand that there are also a lot of burdens and responsibilities that we have to bear, because there are many people that are using it, and definitely we need to make it better and stronger in the future.
And do you remember this day when you got up famous?
What? Sorry.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's a huge project, and when did you realize? When you just got up in the morning and just, okay, now it's become massive?
I still don't think we are that big. I mean, from more of a serious entrepreneur perspective, we have some highlights in the past, in our previous career or like business. So, so to be honest, I don't feel a lot of joy. I only feel a lot of responsibilities. So
should be, yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, in most cases, is because we are stuck at home, working 24/7. So we don't go out a lot. So, we talk to people and we go AMA. We work, and that become our life for the past almost like 7 months. So, I think I understand that we have done quite well as a crypto project, but we still feel that there's a lot of things we can achieve. And there's a lot of things that we haven't done. And I think all the fames and attention, they are only more of a mirage of what we really built. And if we are losing the ground, we are losing, the associations of the attention. So that is smoke and mirror. So that's something that we don't want to pay much attention. And that we are not celebrities, we are not trying to have a bad drama so it's different styles, right? So if we live on building attention, celebrity style sort of thing, then of course that we're going to pay more attention to the public attention, to have more drama, to have more attention. But we are not. We are builders, and we are trying to build a product. And building product, it is what we're going to do.
Okay, nice to hear it. Okay, I get another question. Can it be possible that changing root influence on qualities and possibilities to get mystery box, for example?
Changing what, sorry?
Changing the route.
Like if you walk in a different path that you walked yesterday, you get higher chances of receiving a better mystery box.
But again, I mean, most people will basically walk around their neighborhood, and it'd be difficult for people to walk around different areas. So walking on different routes is become, so that's part with the LBS, which is called location-based services, and that become an entirely new sort of area of what we're trying to explore. So again, this is another thing that we don't mix functionalities with, we will mix new functionality with existing functionality. If existing functionality work well, we don't try to add complexity of it. So hyperlocations services, base services is good, and also we also have to be really aware of the privacy issues and also security issues, because you don't want people to rob other people when they can see each other on the map. So there have to be a lot of considerations when we're building this type of product features.
Oh, okay. So I'm scrolling down the most recent questions that we got during the AMA. One guy asking of the auto farming of GST. The answer is go to orchid.so because there is the pool of GST with USDC. Because on AutoFarm, we don't have Solana blockchain implemented. So you can stake GMT on auto.farm, you can stake GST on orchid.so. That's the answer. One of the last questions is, are you going to sponsor like real life sports events, like running events or something like the marathons?
So this is basically to do with offline event. So we are exploring a few opportunities. So we are actually mainly running two kinds of offline event at the moment. One is that we do the running event, which is the one in Adelaide, and we did one in Barcelona a couple weeks ago, and we are going to do one in Sydney. And then we're also going to run like a mini running event in different crypto conferences. So we have people attending conferences and then gather the runners there and then do like a small running event and with some raffles and giveaways. So yeah, if you're going to crypto conference, you see somebody that gathering people for run, probably that's us. So, but with big running event, I don't think we are ready, because once we are, if we're going to sponsor a big running event, we better scaling to the non-crypto users. And that means that the entire user experience has also going to be at the next level in order to accommodate with people having zero crypto knowledge.
Yeah, I'm pretty much sure that at this point, STEPN is capable of breaking the world Guinness record for the biggest number of people running in America.
Massive, the biggest.
Yeah.
I would join.
I'm not sure there's a location that can handle this type of gathering of people.
We can do like this is exactly the online marathon. The marathon mode we're trying to do is to have people running around sort of within a time frame together. So yeah, so that's something that we're going to design around Q3 this year as well.
Okay, so another questions are pretty old. You've answered to them in previous AMAs, I guess. But again, what's the approximate timeline for enabling resizing of the attributes?
Okay, so we will read the white paper on the GEM use cases. You're gonna read it from top to bottom, meaning that the level up to level 30, 29 and 30 is gonna be the first to implement, and then minting new sneakers is gonna be the next. Minting minting with GMT is gonna be the next, and so on and so forth. So the adding distribute the attribute point will come most likely the second batch of the GEM use cases implemented, or the third. So we will start to roll out this month, which means that we have another 2 weeks or so to roll out the features, and we will, after we roll the first one, then we will start rolling out the second, the third incrementally in the following weeks, and we aim to release all the use cases before the Q2 this year, so that we can be fully working on the achievement system and rental system and marathon mode in Q3.
Yeah, understood. So have you got any questions to us, maybe? No?
Okay.
Okay. So, thus with that, we're going to conclude, I guess. How do we pick the winners? We got the 4 4 rewards for the listeners and the authors of the best questions. Again, I would like to remind everyone, the main reward is the rare shoebox. I'm not sure what types of sneakers it was minted with. I hope not 2 runners, because people hate runners. The second one is Genesis NFT by STEPN. It's just a common shoebox. Am I right?
Yeah, it's a Genesis shoebox, just a common one, and to ensure the fairness and transparency, I think MarsDAO has given Jason the blue sneaker box for distribution. And Jason, what about you pick the the winner?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Which one do you think the best question?
I'm thinking maybe can you collect all the questions for us so we can review after this AMA, and when we feel confident to pick the right winner, we will comment below the under this session. Is that all right for you guys?
Okay.
So in the next 24 hours, right?
Yeah,
no
give
problem.
us some time to pick the best winners.
So I guess you'll need to pick 4 winners, right? 4 different, the one for rare, the one for common, the one for 100 GST, and the one for the board game. That is our proprietary branded designs crypto board game, which is going to be shipped to anyone, anywhere in the world, and people are loving it. We've created it.
And we also got a present for you guys. This game will fly
to Adelaide.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Awesome, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Thank you very much.
So guys, thank you for your time. Let's stay tuned and let's
build.
Let's build and build.
Yeah.
24 hours per day.
24 hours, we'll announce the winner.
Yeah.
Stay tuned and watch the MarsDAO Twitter and follow STEPN.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.